Welcome back to Nerd Thug Radio. You're sitting here with the Captain Joey Savage and hemorrhaging Corey DLG. And Nico DLG is back in the studio once again. Man, it's good to have you back.
Thanks, man.
I'm glad you survived the Hurricane Harvey.
He kept saying that you were gone, like
I
dead.
died.
Right.
I did hear that. Nope, he's dead. He's gone.
Right. He was like,
he's not.
and Nico's no longer with us, and like the hurricane got him, and like I laughed at first, then I was like, wait,
That's my
he's
brother.
not dead.
That's my little brother.
That's my bro.
All right, so we're in the middle of the weekly top 3.
Yeah, we're behind too, so we're gonna go fast.
We're
here.
talking about movies that we would redo and why. So, Nico, hit us with your number 2.
All right, here we go, guys. It's Transformers.
Okay.
All 5 of them.
All 5 of them.
You could put it in one really terrible 2-hour movie, and I would thank you.
Right.
Like just Megan Fox and that Victoria's Secret model just running around for 4 movies.
I don't have a problem with any of the movies.
I wish you would. You didn't even see the last 2.
Right, but I'll get there.
Right, like Optimus Prime is just murdering everyone now. Like he doesn't even care about people
Wait, what's
anymore.
the last one? There's 2 with Mark Wahlberg, right?
Right.
Okay,
Yeah.
I've seen the first one with Mark Wahlberg.
So you've seen 4.
Right, so
seen
I haven't
4
seen the
then.
last one yet. The new one. I haven't seen the new one.
No, I think when we talked about this before, you accurately said
'cause
you hadn't
seen the
Because
robot
this is
dinosaurs.
the 6th one, right? They did 4 with Shia LaBeouf?
No.
Or 3?
3.
There was
2.
the original one,
Three.
Revenge of the Fallen, Dark Side of the Moon.
And that's the last one with Shia LaBeouf, and Megan Fox wasn't in that one.
Right, and then it goes to Mark
Wahlberg.
Yeah, I've seen that one.
I don't think you have.
Where he's got Optimus Prime in the barn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've seen the trailer.
No, I've seen the whole thing. And they come, they
You remember the robot dinosaurs?
and they because we talked about the robot dinosaurs.
He said previously he never had seen
Yeah,
a
but
robot
then I
dinosaur.
changed my mind because I have seen it. And then they come in, and they destroy like their whole house.
Yeah.
And they have to run. Yeah, I've seen that.
Zero credibility.
I was about to say a bad
Right,
word, and
but
I
I
stopped
mean-
myself. All right, so what would you do differently with the Transformers?
Just scrap it all. It's all garbage.
Yeah,
just
it
start
really
over.
is. It really is.
Just start over
From scratch.
Stop just taking names off Transformer characters and being
then
like,
doing
this
whatever
is,
you want.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
This is Hot Rod. He's French now.
Right. and then clearly racist robots.
Right.
Right? Like the 2 little ice cream trucks that were obviously black people. Like that wasn't
No, the first
cool.
one the first one's probably the best one of all of them. Would you say that? You have to pick one of the 5 to be the best.
Yeah, then no.
Which
no,
one?
I would probably say the 4th one
With Mark Wahlberg?
because that one was at least so big and crazy that even though the story doesn't fit in all 5, it at least had its own. They blew up Detroit in that one. Like they did
Right.
a whole thing about how giant robots would blow stuff up. That one at least felt real.
That's what happened in Dark
No.
Side of the Moon, or the Moon one, the 3rd one. They pretty much took over everything. Like the guy turned on them.
Right, but they didn't blow anything up. And then Transformers, the Autobots won, and everyone left happy.
They were trying
Right,
to.
yeah.
Right. And nothing was destroyed. But in this one, like
Yeah.
when they come back to the next one, they're still rebuilding Detroit.
Right.
So like
Yeah, they come back to it all the time. They're always referencing it, and they're like, yeah, you blew up Detroit last time.
right. So to me,
We
at
had
least
to.
we at least this time in the 4th one they blew something up and
Right.
it had consequences to giant robots rolling around shooting people.
Yeah,
Right.
no, because the first couple.
Also, there's a reference to the G1 episode where Megatron throws Abraham Lincoln out of his chair and sits in the Lincoln Memorial chair.
Right.
that's
right.
awesome. That's
Yeah.
such a great.
They reference that in one of the movies where he shoots Abraham Lincoln and sits in the chair.
So great.
That's the only thing I liked about that entire movie.
So Nico would redo Transformers.
Is that really generic,
Right.
like
Just
really
that moment.
specific moment?
I would redo
What's
the
your number?
first Spider-Mans.
That's your number 2?
Yeah. I
Tobey
would take that
Maguire.
whole first trilogy
just
and I would
watched-
throw it away.
I just rewatched that first one.
Sam Raimi does some really good stuff. Spider-Man's not it. Spider-Man's not it. And
Spider-Man's
Tobey
not
Maguire. Tobey Maguire is not Peter Parker, and I don't really care for that girl being Mary Jane, and I don't like that they skipped over Gwen Stacy.
And you don't like that Macho Man Randy Savage is in the first one?
No, that's actually the only thing I do like about the first one. But their villain choices were poor. The acting was crazy.
I like the Green Goblin, but
Willem Dafoe is scary crazy,
Right.
and he's not the kind of crazy you need.
no.
He's not Green Goblin crazy. He's like you found him in an alleyway eating someone else's food.
You know what the best part about the first Spider-Man was?
What?
James Franco. Yes, got it.
He's in the first trilogy, and it's awful. Like
He
throw
is,
all
he's
of it
the
away.
greatest part about all of
They
it.
turn him into Rocket Racer by the third one.
Rocket Racer.
Like he's awful.
I love.
He's the second Green Goblin guy.
Right,
Blah,
right.
blah, blah,
He
blah.
starts out as Rocket Racer on a flying hoverboard, which was a comic book character. Then he transitions into Green Goblin.
And then he gets murdered.
The second,
Right.
okay, so out of that trilogy, the second one is my favorite one.
That one was the
Doc
best
Ock.
one. Alfred Molina
He's
saves that movie.
He's a good Doc Ock.
right.
And then when they get
the best
Also,
Doc Ock.
also did a really good job of using CGI and puppets, so you
Right.
could never really tell what they were doing with the hands. It was good.
but once you get to number 3,
High quality stuff.
Number 3 was terrible,
What a
except
rush.
except
For Sandman.
for Sandman.
yeah.
He was fantastic.
Sandman was awesome. The rest of it's awful. I would redo that whole trilogy. I wouldn't do Venom. I would have done some
Right.
stuff with Black Cat. I would have
Because
made
they really didn't even do
no
Venom. It was just like the
except,
symbiote.
Except they stole the scene where the symbiote leaks from Spider-Man and onto Eddie Brock.
That's it. That's
Right.
all they used.
What's your number 2?
My number 2, we talked about this character a little bit earlier, but I would go back and now that we're in this new age, redo the Mario Brothers movies. Like,
There was only one.
yeah, but it was funny. Like, it was funny for its time.
And John Leguizamo owes his whole career
Right.
to being Luigi.
Right, and it was funny for the time. And it was very over the top and very its age.
And I don't even know what happened to Mario. I don't think I don't think he ever did anything after
And then they
that.
had like the Mario TV show, which is kind of funny.
Right, the
But,
live
like,
action, yeah.
Now that Mario's such a big deal, like okay, let's come back and revisit it. And they're taking Mario to like a new level now with,
Right.
with the Switch that came out. We talked about this earlier. He's not a plumber. He's gone topless. Whatever. Like
He's
okay.
going topless, guys.
Like after seeing the Tick on Amazon,
yeah,
they
no.
could totally make a movie in that style with the Mario Brothers.
Yeah, for sure.
Like it's very like toned down. It's not over
Yeah,
the top.
yeah.
But it's modern. And they redid the Tick and it worked. And
I don't
think,
know. The
I
only
think
issue
Mario
I
would
think,
get in there.
I think the suits and the power-ups would be weird. I don't know how you would handle that. That movie
could
did a
do
good
it-
job with like the fire
You know what?
shooters.
Yeah,
and
okay, you know
stuff.
what I actually would do it as? I would do the Mario movie in the essence of Scott Pilgrim.
Okay, that would be
You know how they
yeah.
handled
Where
the
like
Scott
he would
Pilgrim
like
stuff?
use swords and yeah,
Right. Like
yeah.
you could do Mario
man.
like that.
vegan
Scott-
superpowers.
Scott
Yeah,
Pilgrim
yeah.
is the best thing ever.
Right.
It's the only thing I've gone back to
It's such
several
a it's such a
thousand
great
times.
movie to watch because of the way they kind of just embraced
Right.
the source
So
material.
take that as Mario Brothers in
Okay.
that
They were,
essence.
they were actually written alongside each other. It was picked up after the first book, and then the movie came out along with the 6th volume of the series.
Yeah, the last volume, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, so Nico, what's your number 1?
My number 1 is the Ninja Turtles because I hate the Bayformers design of the Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
So this show's been redone once already. So now
Right.
you want to redo it again?
Yeah.
Yes.
I kind of like
Yeah, I'm totally fine with that.
I kind of liked the I think the Ninja Turtles, they're a cartoony concept. They're
I like
Teenage
the-
Mutant Ninja Turtles, guys.
I
This
like
is not
the,
serious.
I like the storylines they've gone with, but you're right. The design concepts.
They look terrible.
Yeah,
I mean,
I don't
they
like it.
look like mutants, which I mean, I guess is fair. But I mean, they're really ugly and they're really
Also,
unappealing.
isn't it kind of weird that this is supposed to be a children's thing and then you cast
Megan
gorgeous,
Fox.
sexy Megan Fox to
Right.
be April O'Neil?
Right. No, you're
Kind of inappropriate, right?
Although in the second one they did have Krang, which was pretty awesome at the very end. But yeah, no,
I
I,
don't
I
know.
get that.
I don't know why. Like
And the
Ninja
last
Turtle seems like a pretty cartoony concept in general,
Right.
and I think they should just play with that.
and
the
the
first
last
3 movies were great.
the last animated CGI movie they did of the Turtles before they did all this Michael Bay relaunch stuff was awesome. Where
Right.
they're hunting
I
the
love
Aztec
that.
monsters.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Raphael was a costumed vigilante. Like they did a really good movie, and
then they went Michael Bay.
Never.
right. They should have just stuck to what they were doing. They could have
Right.
done a whole line of like animated DVDs.
Right.
I would have. I think animation. I think a lot of people just they don't want it. They're like, oh, what if we just have CG characters? And they're like, this movie would be infinitely better. If
Well,
everyone
I
was
also
animated.
think it's our own fault as nerds that we jump back into the nostalgia thing.
Right.
Right.
Ninja Turtles is one of the big
Well,
ones.
nostalgia is going to be my number 1. But Corey, what's your number 1?
My number 1, this is groundbreaking, but I would scrap and redo the entire Star Wars
Blasphemy.
episodes.
I can't
from
even
one on.
I can't even get on board with you.
The storyline from 1 through 3 makes no sense, none whatsoever. Not even a
I
little
don't
bit.
like sand.
I don't, not even a little bit, because it doesn't make sense that the kid and Padme would even get together. There's clearly like a 15-year age gap between the 5-year-old and the 20-year-old
Age
girl.
is just a number.
It becomes a crime at some point.
Not
and
in
then
Star Wars.
apparently not. Apparently on Tatooine you can do whatever you like.
Yes.
It's a city full of bug people. I don't know. what
Right,
you're-
that's right. Who's enforcing morals there? You're right. No, you're right. Fair enough. But then from there, it doesn't make any. None of it makes any sense. So the senator becomes the emperor, and his apprentice built the stormtroopers and is funding the robots, and then now they're all fighting each other just so he could secretly kill the Jedi. Like, just kill the Jedi. You don't need 2 armies in a war and all.
He's playing the long game, bro.
He's playing the fake stupid game.
playing
Is
the
what
long
he's doing.
game.
I'm playing the extra long.
He also almost gets killed in this. Like, it doesn't make sense.
Also, in the comic books, he transfers his essence to like 20 clone bodies. It's great. It gets real complicated.
Right.
So real quick, my number one.
Stupid.
My number one.
It's really dumb.
I would redo the G.I. Joe series.
Okay, that's a good one.
This is a good
I
one.
love G.I. Joe. It is probably one of my favorite nerdy type things.
Would you go darker or would you go comic book?
I've said this 1,000 times on the show, and that's why I saved it for number one because we don't have a lot of time. I would take G.I. Joe and go darker and incorporate the Cobra Wars.
Yeah, you do love the Cobra Wars. That's your favorite thing.
Especially with the Game of Thrones and all that kind of stuff going on.
Right, man. Like,
But,
you
I
would
mean,
never know who's going to make it.
Like the comics are getting darker. I mean, come on. It's fun when you're a kid. There's soldiers, blah, blah, blah. But in the real scheme of things, if they're special agent soldiers, they're
Right.
fighting it's
Right.
because the world is in danger.
And also, these guys are real good at what they do.
Right. And so
Right.
you play that and you just, you make it dark.
No, I agree with that.
You get squads
I do agree with that.
and you make it a dark thing. And, it would be great if they would go that route. And I think maybe because it was, a kids' TV show.
Right.
They didn't want to go too crazy to make it appeal to everybody.
Well, and also
scrap that.
Yeah.
Because that generation is our age now.
Right.
Give us what we want.
We want to see some killing.
Yeah, there's no need to worry about the kids now. They got their own things. They got
Right.
Terra and
They
Pokemon.
don't even watch G.I. Joe.
whatever. Yeah,
Right.
Give us our G.I. Joe. You can leave Transformers for them, but give me my G.I. Joe.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that.
Give it some craziness.
The Cobra Wars thing would be cool.
It would be.
Because you have people killing each other to run the Cobra organization. You never know who's going to make it. You don't know who to trust.
They could just make it a TV show.
It would be a good TV show, too. It would be a very HBO TV show.
If someone ever came to me, because we got big, and said, you can do a TV show, what would you do? I'd do a G.I. Joe TV show.
All right, real quick on the way out, Nico, what would you do? TV show. Any budget, you could do it.
Oh, jeez, I don't know.
Good
You don't
answer.
have an anime like on deck right here? Not Avatar the Eighth Bender or something?
Yo, a new Avatar series would be cool.
Okay, Corey, what about you?
Ronin Warriors.
Yeah, I know you would that.
Ronin Warriors.
We come
Ronin
back, we're going to get
Warriors.
into a real Nico DLG segment. You're listening to Nerd Thug Radio.
# Talking Nerdy to you.
Facebook.com/Nerd Thug Radio.